What if the secrets of one of history's most powerful civilizations were buried not just in ruins, but in myths so strange they defy belief? Carthage, the ancient city that once rivaled Rome, is shrouded in mysteries that go far beyond its legendary wars and epic leaders. From curses that doomed an empire to tales of lost treasures and supernatural powers, the myths of Carthage are as captivating as they are bizarre. Today, we're diving into 25 of the strangest legends surrounding this enigmatic civilization, stories so peculiar they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about history. Carthage wasn't just a city of wealth and power. It was a place where myth and reality blurred, leaving behind a legacy that continues to intrigue us centuries later. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets that history books don't tell you? Let's begin our journey into the strange and fascinating myths of Carthage. Now, let's step into the shadow of one of Carthage's most enduring legends, the Curse of Carthage. This myth claims that the city's immense wealth and power angered the gods, leading to its ultimate downfall. But where did this belief come from, and could there be any truth to it? The origins of the curse are deeply tied to Carthage's rivalry with Rome, particularly during the Punic Wars. As the story goes, the gods turned their favor away from Carthage, punishing its people for their hubris and greed. Some historians suggest this myth may have been fueled by the dramatic and devastating events of the Third Punic War, when Rome razed Carthage to the ground, leaving little more than ashes and ruins. The idea of a divine curse became a way to explain such a catastrophic end to a once thriving empire. But was it truly a curse, or simply the harsh reality of war and conquest? The myth persists, a haunting reminder of how power and pride can sometimes lead to ruin. And as we'll see, this is just the beginning of the strange and mysterious tales that surround Carthage. Next, we'll uncover a myth that's even more unsettling: the controversial legend of child sacrifice in Carthage. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most chilling and debated myths surrounding Carthage, the alleged practice of child sacrifice. This controversial legend claims that the Carthaginians offered their children to the gods, particularly to Baal, in hopes of securing divine favor. But how much of this story is rooted in fact, and how much is a product of ancient propaganda or misunderstanding? Archaeological discoveries such as the Tophet of Carthage, a sacred burial site, have unearthed the remains of infants and young children, sparking intense debates among historians. Some argue that these findings are clear evidence of ritual sacrifice, pointing to inscriptions and ancient texts that describe such practices. Others, however, suggest that these burials may have been the result of high infant mortality rates, with grieving parents dedicating their children's remains to the gods in a symbolic gesture rather than an act of sacrifice. The truth remains elusive, caught between the lines of history and myth. What we do know is that this legend has cast a long shadow over Carthage's legacy, shaping how the ancient world and even modern scholars view its culture and beliefs. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of Carthage, this myth serves as a stark reminder of how history and storytelling can intertwine, leaving us with more questions than answers. Next, we'll explore a myth that shifts from the macabre to the tantalizing, the legend of Carthage's hidden treasures. Now, let's journey from the shadows of Carthage's darker myths into the glittering allure of its legendary treasures. The myth of Carthage's hidden wealth has captivated imaginations for centuries, with tales of gold, jewels, and priceless artifacts said to be buried beneath the city or lost in the depths of the Mediterranean. Stories of Carthage's riches have inspired countless treasure hunters, each hoping to uncover the secrets of this ancient civilization. According to legend, as Rome closed in on Carthage during the final days of the Punic Wars, the Carthaginians hid their most valuable treasures to prevent them from falling into enemy hands. Some say these riches were buried deep within the city, while others believe they were loaded onto ships and sunk in the sea, creating a tantalizing mystery for future generations. Over the years, explorers and archaeologists have searched for these treasures, driven by the promise of unimaginable wealth and the chance to rewrite history. Yet, despite their efforts, the treasures of Carthage remain elusive, shrouded in myth and speculation. What makes this legend so enduring is not just the promise of gold, but the idea that these treasures hold the key to understanding Carthage's lost glory. Could they still be out there, waiting to be discovered, or are they simply the stuff of legend, a testament to the enduring fascination with this ancient city? As we continue to explore the myths of Carthage, the allure of its hidden treasures reminds us that some mysteries are as much about the journey as they are about the destination. Next, we'll delve into a myth that takes us into the realm of the extraordinary, the legend of Hannibal's supernatural powers. Now, shifting our focus from the treasures of Carthage to the legends of its most famous general, we enter the realm of the extraordinary. Hannibal Barca, the brilliant military strategist who famously crossed the Alps with his army and elephants, is not only celebrated for his tactical genius but also surrounded by myths of supernatural prowess. Stories claim that Hannibal possessed abilities far beyond those of an ordinary man, with some even suggesting he had divine favor or magical powers. One of the most enduring tales is that he could communicate with and control elephants as if they were extensions of his own will. These massive creatures, symbols of his army's strength, were said to obey his every command, even in the most treacherous conditions. But the myths don't stop there. Some accounts suggest that Hannibal's victories were not just the result of his strategic mind, but also of his ability to outsmart his enemies through what seemed like otherworldly intuition. Legends speak of him foreseeing enemy movements as if guided by a higher power and using this foresight to turn the tide of battles. Whether these stories stem from admiration for his achievements or an attempt to explain his seemingly impossible feats, they add a layer of mystique to Hannibal's legacy. Was he truly touched by the divine, or were his abilities simply the product of unmatched skill and determination? As we explore these myths, we're reminded that sometimes the line between legend and reality becomes blurred, leaving us to wonder how much of Hannibal's story is history and how much is the stuff of myth. Next, we'll step into the eerie world of Carthage's ghostly legends, where the spirits of the past are said to linger among the ruins. Now, as we leave behind the tales of Hannibal's legendary feats, we step into a world where the past refuses to rest the ghostly legends of Carthage. Among the crumbling ruins of this ancient city, whispers of restless spirits linger, their stories passed down through generations. It's said that the spirits of Carthage's fallen citizens still roam the land, their presence felt in the eerie silence of its abandoned streets and the haunting shadows of its once great temples. Visitors and archaeologists alike have reported strange occurrences, unexplained sounds, sudden drops in temperature, and even fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures moving among the ruins. Some believe these are the souls of those who perished during the city's brutal destruction at the hands of Rome, their anguish forever etched into the stones of Carthage. Others suggest that the spirits are guardians, protecting the secrets of their lost civilization from those who dare to disturb their eternal rest. One particularly chilling tale speaks of a spectral army, marching in silence through the ruins under the light of a full moon, as if reliving their final battle. Whether these stories are born from the imagination of storytellers or the lingering energy of a tragic past, they add a layer of mystery to Carthage's legacy. As we explore these ghostly myths, we're reminded that history is not always confined to the pages of books. Sometimes it walks among us, unseen but deeply felt. Next, we'll uncover the secrets of Carthage's lost library, a treasure trove of knowledge said to rival even the great library of Alexandria. Shifting our focus from the spectral echoes of Carthage's past, we now turn to a different kind of mystery, one that speaks to the intellectual heart of this ancient civilization. The Lost Library of Carthage is a legend that has captivated historians and treasure hunters alike. It's said that Carthage once housed a library so vast and comprehensive that it rivaled the famed Library of Alexandria, a beacon of knowledge in the ancient world. This library was believed to contain countless scrolls and texts, documenting everything from Carthage's maritime exploits to its religious practices, scientific discoveries, and even its diplomatic relations. The sheer scale of knowledge stored within its walls would have made it one of the most valuable repositories of information in the ancient Mediterranean. But what happened to this treasure trove of wisdom? According to the myth, the library met a tragic fate during the final days of Carthage's destruction by the Romans. As the city fell, it's said that the Romans, in their quest to erase Carthage from history, set fire to the library, reducing its priceless contents to ashes. Some accounts suggest that a few scrolls were smuggled out by fleeing scholars, but their fate remains unknown. Others believe that the library's destruction was so complete that not a single trace of its knowledge survived. The loss of the Carthaginian library raises haunting questions. What secrets did it hold? Could it have contained advanced navigational charts that guided Carthaginian ships to uncharted lands? Might it have housed philosophical treatises or scientific theories that could have altered the course of history? The absence of this knowledge leaves a gap in our understanding of Carthage's intellectual achievements and its contributions to the ancient world. As we ponder the fate of this lost library, we're reminded of the fragility of human knowledge and the devastating impact of cultural erasure. The story of Carthage's library is not just a tale of destruction, it's a poignant reminder of what we stand to lose when history is silenced. Next, we'll explore the glittering legend of Carthage as a city of gold, a myth that has fueled imaginations for centuries. Now, let's step into a world of shimmering splendor as we explore the legend of Carthage as a city of gold. This myth paints a picture of a metropolis so opulent that its streets, temples, and even its rooftops gleamed with the brilliance of gold. Imagine walking through a city where every surface reflected the sunlight, creating an almost otherworldly glow. It's a vision that has fueled imaginations for centuries, but where did this dazzling legend come from? The origins of the City of Gold myth are deeply rooted in Carthage's reputation as a wealthy and powerful trading empire. Carthage was known for its vast resources, including precious metals like gold, which it acquired through trade networks stretching across the Mediterranean and beyond. The city's prosperity was so legendary that it became a symbol of unimaginable riches, inspiring tales of streets paved with gold and temples adorned with golden statues. But was Carthage truly a city of gold? While there's no archaeological evidence to suggest that the entire city was made of gold, the myth likely stems from a combination of historical exaggeration and cultural symbolism. Gold, in many ancient societies, represented not just wealth but also divine favor and eternal power. For Carthage, a city that prided itself on its maritime dominance and economic strength, the idea of being a city of gold may have served as a metaphor for its unparalleled success and influence. The cultural significance of this myth extends beyond mere wealth. It reflects the awe and envy that Carthage inspired in its rivals, particularly the Romans. To them, Carthage was a city of almost mythical proportions, a place where luxury and power seemed boundless. The legend of the City of Gold also highlights the human tendency to romanticize the past, transforming historical facts into larger-than-life stories that capture our imagination. As we reflect on this glittering myth, it's worth considering how it shaped perceptions of Carthage throughout history. Did the Romans, in their conquest, see Carthage as a city of gold to be plundered? Or did the myth serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of excess and hubris? Whatever the case, the legend of Carthage as a city of gold remains a fascinating testament to the enduring allure of this ancient civilization. Next, we'll dive into the mystery of the Carthaginian fleet, a tale of ambition, tragedy, and the untold riches that may still lie beneath the waves. Now let's set sail into the stormy waters of myth and mystery as we uncover the tale of the Carthaginian fleet's tragic shipwreck. This legend speaks of a mighty armada laden with treasures and secrets lost to the depths of the sea during a ferocious storm. It's a story that blends ambition, tragedy, and the tantalizing possibility of untold riches still hidden beneath the waves. The Carthaginians were renowned for their naval prowess, dominating the Mediterranean with fleets that were the envy of their rivals. Their ships carried not only goods and soldiers, but also the wealth and knowledge of an empire at its peak. According to the myth, one such fleet, perhaps the largest ever assembled by Carthage, met its fate in a catastrophic storm. The ships, filled with gold, precious artifacts, and even secret documents, were swallowed by the sea, leaving behind only whispers of their existence. But what makes this myth so enduring? For one, it taps into the universal fascination with lost treasures and the mysteries of the deep. The idea that somewhere beneath the Mediterranean lies a fortune waiting to be discovered has inspired countless treasure hunters and adventurers. Stories of divers stumbling upon ancient shipwrecks, their hulls still filled with relics, only add fuel to the fire of this legend. Historically, Carthage's naval power was a cornerstone of its empire, and the loss of a major fleet would have been a devastating blow. Some historians speculate that this myth may have roots in real events, such as the destruction of Carthaginian ships during the Punic Wars. The Romans, eager to erase Carthage's legacy, might have exaggerated these losses, turning them into tales of divine retribution or hubris punished by the gods. The myth also raises intriguing questions about what might have been aboard those ships. Could they have carried advanced technologies, rare manuscripts, or even maps to uncharted lands? The possibility that such knowledge was lost forever adds a layer of tragedy to the story, making it more than just a tale of sunken gold. As we navigate this legend, it's worth reflecting on how it reflects the broader themes of Carthage's history. The fleet's loss symbolizes the fragility of even the mightiest empires, reminding us that no amount of wealth or power can withstand the forces of nature or fate. Next, we'll delve into the enigmatic world of Carthage's religious practices, exploring the myths surrounding the worship of Baal and its impact on the city's destiny. Shifting our focus from the depths of the sea to the spiritual heart of Carthage, we now turn to the enigmatic and often misunderstood worship of Baal. This deity, central to Carthaginian religion, was believed to hold immense power over the city's prosperity, its people, and even its ultimate destiny. The myths surrounding Baal are as complex as they are controversial, offering a glimpse into a world where the divine and the mortal were deeply intertwined. Baal, often depicted as a god of storms, fertility, and war, was revered as a protector and provider. His worship was marked by elaborate rituals and ceremonies, some of which have sparked intense debate among historians. One of the most contentious aspects of Baal's cult is the claim that it involved child sacrifice, a practice that has been both condemned and questioned over the centuries. While some ancient sources, particularly Roman accounts, describe these sacrifices in graphic detail, modern scholars remain divided on whether these reports were factual or exaggerated propaganda meant to vilify Carthage. What is clear, however, is that Baal's influence extended far beyond the temple walls. The Carthaginians believed that their god's favor was essential for victory in battle, bountiful harvests, and protection from natural disasters. Rituals honoring Baal often involved offerings of precious goods, livestock, and, according to some accounts, even human lives. These ceremonies were not just acts of devotion, but also attempts to secure the god's blessings in a world where survival often depended on divine intervention. The myths surrounding Baal also reflect the broader themes of Carthage's rise and fall. Some legends suggest that the city's decline was tied to the waning favor of its patron deity. As Carthage faced increasing threats from Rome, its people may have turned to Baal in desperation, seeking his aid in their darkest hours. Yet, as the city fell, so too did the cult of Baal, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in mystery and speculation. What makes the worship of Baal so fascinating is not just its dramatic rituals, but also its enduring impact on how we view Carthage. The myths surrounding this deity challenge us to consider the role of religion in shaping a civilization's identity and fate. Were the Carthaginians truly guided by their faith, or were they bound by the fears and superstitions of their time? As we leave the shadow of Baal's temples behind, we'll venture into another intriguing chapter of Carthaginian mythology, the prophecy of Dido's return, a tale of hope, loss, and the enduring spirit of a city that refused to be forgotten. Now, let's step into the realm of hope and legend, where the story of Carthage takes a turn toward the mystical. The prophecy of Dido's return is one of the most poignant and enduring myths tied to the city's legacy. Dido, the legendary founder of Carthage, is said to have made a promise, or perhaps a curse, that she would one day return to restore her beloved city to its former glory. This tale, steeped in both sorrow and hope, speaks to the deep emotional connection the Carthaginians had with their origins and their unwavering belief in the resilience of their civilization. According to the myth, Dido's departure from her homeland, Tyre, and her eventual founding of Carthage were acts of defiance and determination. Her story is one of survival and ingenuity, as she outwitted local rulers to secure the land where Carthage would rise. But her life was also marked by tragedy, particularly her ill-fated love affair with Aeneas, the Trojan hero, which ended in her heartbreak and, according to some accounts, her self-sacrifice. It is from this moment of despair that the prophecy of her return is said to have emerged. The Carthaginians believed that Dido's spirit would one day awaken, bringing with it the restoration of their city's greatness. This legend is more than just a tale of a ghostly return. It reflects the Carthaginians' deep longing for renewal and their refusal to accept defeat. Even as Carthage faced destruction at the hands of Rome, the prophecy of Dido's return offered a glimmer of hope. It became a symbol of the city's enduring spirit, a belief that no matter how far Carthage fell, its legacy could never be erased. The myth also highlights the cultural importance of Dido as a figure of resilience and leadership, embodying the ideals that Carthage held dear. Historically, the roots of this prophecy can be traced back to the blending of Phoenician and local North African traditions. Dido, or Elissa as she was known in Phoenician lore, was already a revered figure, and her story evolved over time to reflect the changing fortunes of Carthage. The prophecy of her return may have served as a form of cultural resistance, a way for the Carthaginians to assert their identity in the face of Roman domination. It also underscores the power of myth to inspire and unite people, even in the darkest of times. As we reflect on the prophecy of Dido's return, we're reminded of the timeless human desire to believe in second chances and the possibility of renewal. This myth, like so many others tied to Carthage, invites us to consider how stories shape our understanding of history and our hopes for the future. And as we move forward, we'll explore another fascinating chapter in Carthage's mythology, the intriguing connection between this ancient city and the legendary lost city of Atlantis. Now, let's dive into one of the most intriguing and speculative myths surrounding Carthage, the idea that this ancient city was somehow connected to the legendary lost city of Atlantis. This theory, though not widely accepted by historians, has captured the imagination of many, blending the mysteries of Carthage with the enduring allure of Atlantis. Could there be a link between these two legendary civilizations? Let's explore the possibilities. The myth of Atlantis, first described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, tells of a highly advanced island civilization that vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night of catastrophe. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged about the location of Atlantis, with some suggesting it could have been in the Mediterranean. This is where Carthage enters the picture. Some theorists propose that Carthage, with its advanced maritime technology and impressive engineering feats, might have been a colony of Atlantis or even a surviving fragment of the lost civilization itself. One of the key arguments for this connection lies in the shared themes of naval power and technological sophistication. Carthage was renowned for its mastery of the seas, with a fleet that dominated the Mediterranean for centuries. Similarly, Atlantis is often depicted as a maritime superpower with advanced knowledge of shipbuilding and navigation. Could Carthage's expertise have been inherited from an Atlantean legacy? While there's no concrete evidence to support this, the idea is undeniably fascinating. Another angle to this myth is the cultural parallels between Carthage and the descriptions of Atlantis. Both civilizations are said to have been wealthy, with grand cities adorned with gold and precious materials. Carthage's reputation as a city of immense wealth and luxury aligns with the opulence often attributed to Atlantis. Additionally, both societies are described as having complex religious practices and a deep connection to the sea, further fueling speculation about a possible link. However, it's important to note that these theories remain firmly in the realm of myth and speculation. Historians and archaeologists have found no direct evidence connecting Carthage to Atlantis. The idea likely stems from the human tendency to weave together stories of lost greatness, creating a narrative that ties two legendary civilizations into a single, captivating tale. Yet, even as a myth, the connection between Carthage and Atlantis speaks to the enduring fascination with both cultures and the mysteries they represent. As we consider this myth, we're reminded of how stories can transcend time and geography, linking distant civilizations in our collective imagination. Whether or not Carthage and Atlantis were truly connected, the idea invites us to ponder the shared threads of human history and the ways in which legends shape our understanding of the past. And with that, we'll move on to another fascinating chapter in Carthage mythology, the myth of the Carthaginian giants, said to have built the city's massive structures and defended it against invaders. Now, let's turn our attention to a myth that adds a larger-than-life dimension to Carthage's already fascinating history, the legend of the Carthaginian giants. According to this tale, the city was once home to a race of towering beings who not only constructed its monumental structures, but also stood as its fierce protectors against invaders. Could there be any truth to this myth, or is it simply another layer of storytelling that has grown over time? Let's take a closer look. The idea of giants in Carthage likely stems from the awe-inspiring scale of the city's architecture. The Carthaginians were master builders, creating massive walls, temples, and harbors that would have seemed almost superhuman to those who came after them. When later civilizations encountered the ruins of Carthage, it's easy to imagine how they might have attributed such feats of engineering to beings of extraordinary size and strength. After all, how else could such grand structures have been built without the advanced machinery we have today? Some versions of the myth suggest that these giants were not just builders but also warriors. They are said to have defended Carthage with unmatched ferocity, using their immense size and strength to repel invaders. This part of the story may have been inspired by the city's reputation for resilience and its ability to withstand numerous sieges and attacks throughout its history. The giants in this context could symbolize the indomitable spirit of the Carthaginian people, who fought fiercely to protect their homeland. Interestingly, the myth of giants isn't unique to Carthage. Many ancient cultures, from the Greeks to the Norse, have their own tales of towering beings who shaped the world in ways that ordinary humans could not. This recurring theme suggests that giants often served as a way for people to explain the unexplainable, whether it was the construction of massive monuments or the origins of natural wonders. In Carthage's case, the giants may have been a way to honor the ingenuity and determination of its people, even if the story itself is more symbolic than factual. Of course, there's no archaeological evidence to support the existence of giants in Carthage. the myth remains just that, a myth, but it's a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and the human desire to find meaning in the extraordinary. Whether as builders, warriors, or symbols of resilience, the Carthaginian giants remind us of the ways in which legends can capture our imagination and bring history to life in unexpected ways. As we leave the realm of giants behind, we'll move on to another intriguing aspect of Carthage mythology, the legend of a secret weapon that the city supposedly possessed, a weapon so powerful it could turn the tide of battles but was lost to history. What could this mysterious device have been, and why does it continue to fascinate us today? Let's find out. Now, let's shift our focus to one of the most tantalizing legends surrounding Carthage, the myth of its secret weapon. This mysterious device, said to have been a game-changer in battle, has captured the imagination of historians and storytellers alike. What could this weapon have been, and why does it remain shrouded in mystery? Let's explore the possibilities. The legend suggests that Carthage possessed a weapon of unparalleled power, capable of turning the tide of wars and securing victories against seemingly insurmountable odds. Some accounts describe it as a massive siege engine, while others speculate it was a form of advanced technology far ahead of its time. The most popular theory, however, ties it to the use of fire, a weapon so devastating that it could incinerate enemy fleets or fortifications in moments. This idea may have been inspired by historical accounts of Carthage's use of fire ships during naval battles, which were known to cause chaos and destruction among enemy forces. Another intriguing angle is the possibility that this weapon was not a physical object but a strategic innovation. Carthage was renowned for its military ingenuity, particularly under the leadership of generals like Hannibal. Could the secret weapon have been a revolutionary tactic or a psychological tool designed to demoralize enemies? For instance, Hannibal's crossing of the Alps with elephants was a feat so unexpected and daring that it may have been perceived as a kind of superweapon by his adversaries. The myth also raises questions about why such a weapon, if it existed, was lost to history. Some believe it was destroyed during the final days of Carthage, either by the Romans to prevent its use or by the Carthaginians themselves to keep it out of enemy hands. Others suggest that the weapon was never fully developed, remaining a prototype that vanished with the fall of the city. Whatever the case, its absence has only added to the allure of the legend. What makes this myth particularly fascinating is its blend of historical fact and imaginative speculation. While there's no concrete evidence of a superweapon, the idea reflects Carthage's reputation as a formidable military power. It also speaks to the human fascination with the unknown, our desire to believe that ancient civilizations possessed knowledge or tools that we have yet to uncover. As we move forward, we'll delve into another captivating aspect of Carthage mythology, the curse of the Carthaginian coins. These ancient artifacts are said to carry a dark legacy, bringing misfortune to anyone who possesses them. What's the story behind this eerie legend, and could there be any truth to it? Let's uncover the mystery together. Now, let's turn our attention to a legend that intertwines wealth, history, and a touch of the supernatural, the myth of the cursed Carthaginian coins. These ancient artifacts, once symbols of Carthage's prosperity, are said to carry a dark legacy that brings misfortune to anyone who dares to possess them. But where did this eerie belief originate, and could there be any truth behind it? Let's dig deeper. The story of the cursed coins begins with the fall of Carthage itself. When the city was destroyed by the Romans in 146 BC, its vast treasures were either looted or lost to time. Among these were the Carthaginian coins, minted with intricate designs and symbols of the city's gods. Over the centuries, these coins resurfaced in various parts of the Mediterranean, often accompanied by tales of bad luck, illness, or even death befalling their owners. Some believe the curse stems from the coins being offerings to the gods, taken without permission and thus angering divine forces. Others suggest the curse is tied to the suffering and bloodshed that marked Carthage's final days, imbuing the coins with a lingering sense of doom. One of the most famous accounts involves a 19th-century collector who acquired a set of Carthaginian coins during an excavation in North Africa. Shortly after adding them to his collection, he reportedly experienced a series of misfortunes, including financial ruin and the sudden death of a family member. Convinced the coins were to blame, he returned them to the excavation site, only to have his luck seemingly restored. Stories like this have fueled the myth, with many attributing similar misfortunes to the cursed coins. But is there any historical basis for this belief? While there's no direct evidence of a curse, the idea may have been influenced by the cultural significance of coins in Carthaginian society. Coins were not just currency, they were often used in religious rituals or buried with the dead as offerings to the gods. Disturbing these sacred objects could have been seen as an act of sacrilege, inviting divine retribution. Additionally, the Romans, who were known for their superstitions, may have spread tales of cursed Carthaginian treasures to discourage looting and reinforce their dominance over the defeated city. The myth of the cursed coins also taps into a broader fascination with cursed treasures found in many cultures. From the Hope Diamond to the tomb of Tutankhamun, stories of cursed artifacts have captivated imaginations for centuries. They reflect our deep-seated fears about the consequences of greed and the unknown power of ancient objects. In the case of the Carthaginian coins, the legend serves as a reminder of the city's tragic history and the enduring mystery surrounding its legacy. As we continue our journey through the strange myths of Carthage, we'll explore another fascinating tale, the Carthaginian Oracle, a figure said to have predicted the rise and fall of the city with uncanny accuracy. What role did this oracle play in Carthage's history, and how did its prophecies shape the fate of this ancient civilization? Let's uncover the secrets together. Now, let's step into the realm of prophecy and divine insight with the myth of the Carthaginian Oracle. This enigmatic figure, shrouded in mystery, was believed to possess the ability to foresee the future, offering guidance that shaped the destiny of Carthage itself. But who was this oracle, and how did its predictions influence the decisions of Carthage leaders? Let's unravel the story. The Carthaginian oracle was said to be a conduit for the gods, delivering messages that could determine the fate of the city. According to legend, the oracle's prophecies were sought by Carthage's most powerful leaders, including generals and politicians, who relied on its wisdom to guide their actions. One of the most famous predictions attributed to the oracle was the foretelling of Carthage's rise to greatness, followed by its eventual downfall. This prophecy, if true, would have been a haunting reminder of the city's fragile existence even at the height of its power. The oracle's influence extended beyond mere predictions. It was believed that its words carried divine authority, shaping not only political decisions but also military strategies. For instance, some accounts suggest that Hannibal, Carthage's legendary general, consulted the oracle before embarking on his daring campaign across the Alps during the Second Punic War. Whether the oracle's guidance played a role in his successes or failures remains a topic of debate, but its presence in such pivotal moments highlights the deep connection between Carthaginian leadership and the spiritual realm. But how much of this myth is rooted in historical fact? While there's no definitive evidence of a single oracle in Carthage, the concept aligns with the broader religious practices of the time. Oracles were common in many ancient civilizations, serving as intermediaries between the human and divine worlds. In Carthage, where religion played a central role in daily life, it's plausible that spiritual advisors or priests fulfilled a similar function, interpreting signs and omens to guide the city's leaders. The myth of the Carthaginian oracle may have grown from these practices, blending historical elements with the allure of the supernatural. The enduring fascination with the oracle speaks to our timeless desire to understand the unknown and seek guidance in uncertain times. Whether viewed as a historical figure or a symbolic representation of Carthage's spiritual beliefs, the oracle remains a captivating part of the city's legacy. Its prophecies, real or imagined, remind us of the delicate balance between human ambition and the forces beyond our control. As we move forward, our exploration of Carthage's myths takes us to another intriguing legend, the lost art of Carthaginian navigation. How did this ancient civilization master the seas, and what secrets of their maritime prowess have been lost to history? Let's set sail into the next chapter of Carthage's enigmatic past. Now, let's chart a course into the fascinating world of Carthaginian navigation, a realm where myth and history intertwine to reveal a civilization that may have mastered the seas like no other. The legend of Carthage's advanced navigation techniques suggests that this ancient power possessed knowledge far beyond its time, enabling them to explore uncharted waters and discover lands that have since faded into obscurity. But how much of this myth holds water, and what secrets of their maritime prowess have been lost to the tides of history? Carthage's reputation as a seafaring powerhouse is well documented. Situated on the coast of North Africa, the city thrived as a hub of trade and exploration, with its ships venturing across the Mediterranean and beyond. According to the myth, Carthaginian sailors developed groundbreaking navigation methods, using the stars, currents, and even early forms of mapping to guide their voyages. Some tales even claim they reached distant lands, from the coasts of West Africa to the mysterious islands of the Atlantic, long before other civilizations dared to sail so far. One of the most intriguing aspects of this myth is the idea that Carthage's navigational knowledge was deliberately kept secret. Ancient texts suggest that the Carthaginians guarded their maritime routes and techniques closely, fearing that rival powers might exploit their discoveries. This secrecy, combined with the eventual destruction of Carthage by Rome, may have led to the loss of much of their navigational expertise. Could it be that the Carthaginians discovered lands or routes that were later forgotten, erased from the maps of history? Archaeological evidence offers some support for these claims. Artifacts such as shipwrecks and navigational tools have been found, hinting at the sophistication of Carthaginian seafaring. Additionally, ancient accounts from Greek and Roman writers describe Carthaginian voyages to distant regions, though these stories are often shrouded in myth and speculation. For example, the legendary voyage of Hanno the Navigator, a Carthaginian explorer, is said to have taken him along the western coast of Africa, where he encountered strange creatures and uncharted territories. While the details of his journey remain debated, they fuel the idea that Carthage sailors were pioneers of their time. The myth of Carthage's lost navigation techniques also raises questions about the broader impact of their maritime achievements. If the Carthaginians did possess such advanced knowledge, how might it have influenced the course of history? Could their discoveries have paved the way for later explorers, or did their secrets vanish with the fall of their empire? These questions remind us of the fragile nature of knowledge and the ways in which history can be shaped or erased by the rise and fall of civilizations. As we reflect on the legacy of Carthaginian navigation, we're reminded of the enduring allure of the unknown. The seas have always been a source of mystery and adventure, and the myths surrounding Carthage's maritime prowess capture that spirit of exploration. Whether these legends are rooted in fact or fiction, they invite us to imagine a time when the horizon held endless possibilities, and the secrets of the ocean were waiting to be uncovered. With the mysteries of Carthage's navigation still swirling in our minds, let's turn our attention to another captivating legend, the Carthaginian Fountain of Youth. What was this mythical source of eternal life, and how did it capture the imagination of an ancient civilization? Let's dive into the next chapter of Carthage's enigmatic past. Now, let's step into the realm of timeless wonder as we explore the myth of the Carthaginian Fountain of Youth. This legendary source of eternal life has captivated imaginations for centuries, blending the allure of immortality with the mysteries of an ancient civilization. According to the tales, this magical fountain was hidden somewhere within Carthage, its waters possessing the power to restore youth and vitality to anyone who drank from it. But where did this myth originate, and what might it reveal about Carthaginian beliefs and aspirations? The idea of a fountain granting eternal youth is not unique to Carthage. Similar legends appear in cultures around the world, from the Greek myth of the river Styx to the stories of Ponce de Leon's search for the fountain of youth in the Americas. However, the Carthaginian version of this myth carries its own distinct flavor, tied closely to the city's identity as a center of wealth, power, and ambition. Some historians suggest that the myth may have been inspired by Carthage's natural resources, such as its abundant springs and wells, which were vital to the city's survival and prosperity. Could these real-life water sources have been transformed into symbols of eternal life in the minds of the Carthaginians? Another intriguing angle is the connection between the Fountain of Youth and Carthage's religious practices. The Carthaginians worshipped a pantheon of gods, including Baal, Hammon, and Tanit, who are often associated with fertility, renewal, and the cycles of life. It's possible that the myth of the fountain emerged as a metaphor for divine favor or spiritual rebirth, reflecting the Carthaginians' desire for immortality not just in body but in spirit. This interpretation adds a deeper layer of meaning to the legend, suggesting that the fountain was more than just a physical source of water. It was a symbol of hope and transcendence. Of course, the myth also raises questions about its historical basis. Was there ever a real fountain in Carthage that inspired these stories? While no archaeological evidence has been found to confirm the existence of such a fountain, some scholars point to the city's advanced engineering and water management systems as potential sources of inspiration. Carthage was renowned for its aqueducts, cisterns, and public baths, which showcased the ingenuity of its people and their mastery over water. Perhaps the myth of the Fountain of Youth was a way of celebrating these achievements, transforming practical innovations into symbols of eternal life. The enduring appeal of the Carthaginian Fountain of Youth lies in its universal themes of longing and renewal. Whether seen as a literal source of immortality or a metaphor for the human desire to defy time, the myth continues to resonate with us today. It reminds us of the power of stories to capture our deepest hopes and fears, and of the ways in which ancient civilizations like Carthage sought to make sense of the mysteries of life and death. As we leave the shimmering waters of the Fountain of Youth behind, let's turn our attention to another enigmatic aspect of Carthage's legacy, the Carthaginian underworld. What secrets lie beneath the surface of this ancient city, and how did its people envision the realm of the dead? Let's uncover the next chapter in Carthage's mysterious past. Now, let's descend into the shadows of Carthage's past as we explore the myth of the Carthaginian underworld. This fascinating legend speaks of a vast, hidden city beneath the surface, a sanctuary where the people of Carthage could retreat during times of war or crisis. Imagine a labyrinth of tunnels, chambers, and secret passages carved deep into the earth, offering safety and shelter to those who knew its secrets. But was this underground city real, or was it merely a product of imagination and fear? The idea of an underground refuge is not uncommon in ancient myths and histories. Many civilizations, from the Romans to the Cappadocians, built subterranean structures for protection, storage, or religious purposes. Carthage, with its strategic location and frequent conflicts, would have had every reason to develop such a system. Some historians speculate that the myth of the Carthaginian underworld may have been inspired by the city's extensive network of cisterns, tunnels, and storage facilities. These structures, essential for water management and defense, could have been repurposed during times of invasion, giving rise to tales of a hidden city beneath the streets. But the myth goes beyond practicality. It also taps into the Carthaginians' spiritual beliefs about the afterlife. In many ancient cultures, the underworld was seen as a realm of the dead, a place where souls journeyed after death. For the Carthaginians, who worshipped gods like Baal, Hammon, and Tanit, the underworld may have held a similar significance. Could the myth of the underground city have been a way of symbolizing the connection between the living and the dead, a place where the boundaries between worlds blurred? This interpretation adds a layer of mysticism to the legend, suggesting that the underworld was not just a physical refuge but also a spiritual one. Archaeological evidence offers some clues, though nothing definitive. Excavations in Carthage have revealed underground structures, including cisterns and tunnels, but no evidence of a fully developed subterranean city has been found. Still, the possibility remains that these structures were adapted for use during emergencies, fueling the myth. The Carthaginians were known for their ingenuity and resourcefulness, and it's not hard to imagine them creating a hidden network to protect their people. The enduring appeal of the Carthaginian underworld lies in its blend of practicality and mystery. It speaks to our fascination with hidden worlds and the lengths to which people will go to survive and protect what they hold dear. Whether seen as a real place or a symbolic one, the myth reminds us of the resilience and creativity of the Carthaginian people, who faced countless challenges with courage and ingenuity. As we emerge from the depths of the Carthaginian underworld, let's turn our attention to another intriguing aspect of this ancient civilization: the Carthaginian alchemists. What secrets did they hold, and how did their pursuit of transformation shape the myths and legends of Carthage? Let's uncover the next chapter in this captivating story. Now, let's step into the enigmatic world of the Carthaginian alchemists, where science and myth intertwine in fascinating ways. This legend tells of skilled practitioners who are said to possess the extraordinary ability to transform base metals into gold, a pursuit that has captivated human imagination for centuries. But was this alchemical knowledge real, or was it a blend of myth and wishful thinking? The idea of alchemy, the quest to turn ordinary metals into precious ones, is not unique to Carthage. It appears in various forms across ancient cultures, from Egypt to China, often tied to the pursuit of immortality or divine knowledge. In Carthage, the legend of the alchemists may have been inspired by the city's reputation as a hub of trade and innovation. With access to diverse resources and knowledge from across the Mediterranean, it's possible that Carthaginian artisans experimented with metallurgy and chemistry, giving rise to tales of their magical abilities. But the myth of the Carthaginian alchemists goes beyond mere metallurgy. It taps into deeper themes of transformation and power. For the Carthaginians, who valued wealth and craftsmanship, the ability to create gold would have symbolized not just material riches but also mastery over nature itself. This idea resonates with other ancient myths, such as the Greek story of King Midas, whose touch turned everything to gold, or the Egyptian belief in the philosopher's stone, a substance said to grant eternal life. Archaeological evidence from Carthage reveals advanced metalworking techniques, including the production of intricate jewelry and tools. While this doesn't prove the existence of alchemy, it does suggest that the Carthaginians were skilled in manipulating metals, which could have fueled the legend. Some historians speculate that the myth of the alchemists may have been a way of celebrating Carthage's technological achievements, blending practical knowledge with the allure of the supernatural. The enduring fascination with the Carthaginian alchemists lies in their dual role as both scientists and mystics. They represent humanity's timeless desire to unlock the secrets of the universe, to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Whether seen as historical figures or mythical symbols, their story reminds us of the power of imagination and the enduring quest for knowledge. As we leave the world of the alchemists behind, let's turn our attention to another intriguing legend: the Carthaginian time travelers. What mysteries did they hold, and how did their supposed abilities shape the myths of this ancient civilization? Let's uncover the next chapter in this captivating journey. Now, let's venture into one of the most mind-bending myths of Carthage, the legend of the Carthaginian time travelers. This extraordinary tale suggests that the Carthaginians possessed the ability to traverse time itself, using their advanced knowledge to shape the course of history. While it may sound like the plot of a science fiction story, this myth has deep roots in the mysteries surrounding Carthage's rise and fall. The idea of time travel is not unique to modern imagination. Ancient cultures often wove stories of beings or individuals who could move between eras, often as a way to explain the unexplainable. In the case of Carthage, the myth of time travelers may have emerged from the city's reputation as a center of innovation and its connections to distant lands. Some theories suggest that the Carthaginians' advanced navigation techniques and knowledge of the stars could have been interpreted as evidence of their ability to manipulate time. One of the most intriguing aspects of this myth is its connection to historical events. According to some legends, Carthaginian time travelers played a role in key moments of their civilization's history, such as the Punic Wars. Stories claim that these travelers used their foresight to guide military strategies or even alter the outcomes of battles. While there's no concrete evidence to support these claims, they highlight the enduring fascination with Carthage's perceived mastery over both space and time. The myth also raises questions about the nature of time itself. In ancient Carthage, time was often seen as cyclical rather than linear, with events repeating in patterns. This worldview could have contributed to the belief that certain individuals could move freely through time, observing or influencing these cycles. The idea of time travelers may have been a way to explain the Carthaginians' ability to anticipate challenges and adapt to changing circumstances. Archaeological discoveries, such as intricate calendars and celestial maps, suggest that the Carthaginians had a sophisticated understanding of timekeeping and astronomy. While these findings don't prove the existence of time travel, they do indicate that the Carthaginians were deeply engaged with the concept of time and its measurement. This practical knowledge, combined with their rich storytelling traditions, likely gave rise to the myth of time travelers. The legend of the Carthaginian time travelers invites us to consider the boundaries between myth and reality. It challenges us to think about how ancient civilizations understood time and their place within it. Whether seen as a metaphor for human ingenuity or a literal belief, this myth reminds us of the timeless allure of exploring the unknown. As we move forward, let's turn our attention to another captivating mystery: the lost Carthaginian artifacts. What treasures might still lie hidden, waiting to be discovered, and what secrets could they reveal about this ancient civilization? The journey continues. Now, let's shift our focus to a tantalizing mystery that has captivated treasure hunters and historians alike: the lost Carthaginian artifacts. This myth speaks of priceless treasures said to have been hidden or stolen that hold the secrets of Carthage's grandeur. The allure of these artifacts lies not just in their material value, but in the stories they could tell about one of history's most enigmatic civilizations. The legend of these lost artifacts is deeply tied to Carthage's dramatic history. When the city fell to the Romans in 146 BC, much of its wealth and cultural heritage was either destroyed or looted. However, stories persist that some of Carthage's most valuable treasures were hidden away by its citizens, buried beneath the city or smuggled to distant lands to protect them from Roman hands. These artifacts, ranging from intricate jewelry to sacred relics, are said to embody the spirit and ingenuity of Carthage. Over the centuries, countless treasure hunters and archaeologists have sought to uncover these lost treasures. Some believe that the artifacts are still hidden within the ruins of Carthage, waiting to be discovered beneath layers of earth and time. Others speculate that they were taken to far-off places, perhaps even across the Mediterranean, where they remain hidden in secret locations. The search for these artifacts has fueled expeditions, inspired legends, and even sparked rivalries among those hoping to claim the glory of finding them. One of the most famous tales involves a legendary golden statue of the goddess Tanit, Carthage's patron deity. According to the myth, This statue was hidden before the city's fall and has never been found. Some believe it lies at the bottom of the Mediterranean, lost in a shipwreck, while others think it was buried in a remote desert. The mystery of the statue, like many other lost artifacts, continues to tantalize those who dream of uncovering Carthage's hidden legacy. The quest for these artifacts is not just about material wealth, it's about piecing together the story of a civilization that left behind more questions than answers. Each discovery, whether a fragment of pottery or a piece of jewelry, offers a glimpse into Carthage's daily life, beliefs, and artistic achievements. These artifacts serve as tangible connections to a world that has long since vanished, yet continues to fascinate us. As we ponder the fate of these lost treasures, let's turn our attention to another intriguing myth, the Carthaginian werewolves. What strange tales surround this ancient civilization, and how do they reflect the fears and imaginations of the people who told them? The journey into Carthage's mysteries continues. Now, let's venture into one of the most peculiar and chilling myths surrounding Carthage, the legend of the Carthaginian werewolves. This strange tale suggests that certain individuals within Carthage possess the ability to transform into werewolves, using their supernatural strength and ferocity to protect their city from invaders. While it may sound like something out of a fantasy novel, this myth offers a fascinating glimpse into how ancient cultures grappled with fear, power, and the unknown. The idea of werewolves, or humans transforming into wolf-like creatures, is a recurring theme in many ancient mythologies. In the case of Carthage, the myth likely emerged as a way to explain the city's resilience and the seemingly superhuman abilities of its defenders. Stories describe these werewolves as fierce warriors who could shift forms under the light of the full moon, becoming nearly invincible in battle. Some accounts even suggest that these transformations were tied to rituals or blessings from Carthage's gods, granting them divine protection. But where did this myth originate? Some historians believe it may have been inspired by the Carthaginians' close relationship with nature and their reverence for animals, particularly wolves, which were seen as symbols of strength and loyalty. Others speculate that the myth was a way to intimidate enemies, spreading fear among those who might dare to attack Carthage. After all, what could be more terrifying than facing an army of warriors who could transform into beasts? Interestingly, the myth of the Carthaginian werewolves also reflects the broader cultural fascination with transformation and duality. In many ancient societies, the ability to shift between human and animal forms was seen as a sign of power, often reserved for gods, heroes, or those with a special connection to the divine. For Carthage, a city known for its ingenuity and resourcefulness, the idea of werewolves may have symbolized their ability to adapt and overcome even the most daunting challenges. While there's no concrete evidence to support the existence of werewolf warriors in Carthage, the myth endures as a testament to the city's enduring mystique. It reminds us that myths often serve as mirrors, reflecting the fears, hopes, and imaginations of the people who tell them. And as we explore these stories, we gain a deeper understanding of how ancient civilizations made sense of the world around them. With this eerie tale of werewolves behind us, let's turn our attention to another fascinating legend, the Carthaginian philosopher's stone. What secrets did this mythical object hold, and how did it shape the beliefs of Carthage's people? The journey into Carthage's mysteries continues. Now, let's shift our focus to a legend that intertwines mystery, power, and the pursuit of the impossible, the myth of the Carthaginian philosopher's stone. This legendary object, said to grant immortality and unlimited wealth, has captivated imaginations for centuries, and Carthage is no exception to its allure. The idea of a stone capable of such extraordinary feats may seem like the stuff of alchemy and fantasy, but in the context of Carthage, it takes on a unique cultural significance. The philosopher's stone, often associated with alchemy, was believed to have the power to transform base metals into gold and produce an elixir of eternal life. In Carthage, this myth was woven into the city's reputation as a hub of innovation and prosperity. Some accounts suggest that Carthaginian alchemists skilled in the arts of metallurgy and chemistry were rumored to have discovered the secrets of the stone. These tales often describe the stone as a symbol of Carthage's wealth and ingenuity, a tangible representation of the city's ability to achieve the extraordinary. But what made the philosopher's stone so significant in Carthaginian lore? For one, it reflected the city's obsession with mastery over nature and the elements. Carthage was known for its advanced engineering, maritime prowess, and trade networks that brought immense wealth. The idea of a stone that could amplify this wealth and grant immortality likely resonated deeply with a society that valued both material success and spiritual transcendence. It also speaks to the human desire to conquer the limitations of mortality, a theme that transcends cultures and eras. Interestingly, the myth of the philosopher's stone in Carthage may have been influenced by the city's interactions with other ancient civilizations. The Carthaginians were renowned traders, and their connections with cultures like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Phoenicians could have introduced them to similar legends of transformative objects. Over time, these stories may have merged with Carthage's own traditions, creating a unique version of the philosopher's stone myth that reflected their values and aspirations. While there's no evidence to suggest that the philosopher's stone ever existed in Carthage, the legend endures as a testament to the city's enduring fascination with power, wealth, and the unknown. It reminds us that myths often serve as a bridge between the tangible and the intangible, offering a glimpse into the hopes and dreams of those who told them. And as we explore these stories, we uncover not just the mysteries of Carthage, but also the universal human longing for something greater. With the enigmatic tale of the philosopher's stone behind us, let's turn our attention to another captivating legend, the Carthaginian sunken city. What secrets lie beneath the waves, and how did this myth shape the legacy of Carthage? The journey into Carthage's mysteries continues. Now, let's dive into the depths of the Mediterranean to uncover the legend of the Carthaginian sunken city. This myth tells of a catastrophic event that caused a portion of Carthage to vanish beneath the waves, taking with it untold treasures and secrets of the ancient civilization. The idea of a sunken city has long captured the imagination, blending history with mystery, and Carthage's version of this tale is no exception. According to the legend, a sudden and devastating natural disaster, perhaps an earthquake or a massive flood, struck Carthage, causing a section of the city to collapse into the sea. This event was said to have occurred during the height of Carthage's power, burying its most valuable artifacts, advanced technologies, and perhaps even entire neighborhoods beneath the ocean. Stories of this submerged city often describe it as a place of unparalleled beauty and wealth, now lost to the depths, waiting to be rediscovered. But what makes this myth so intriguing is its connection to Carthage's maritime legacy. As a seafaring empire, Carthage was deeply tied to the Mediterranean, relying on its waters for trade, exploration, and military dominance. The idea of a sunken city may have emerged as a metaphor for the fragility of even the greatest civilizations, reminding us that no matter how powerful a society becomes, it is never entirely immune to the forces of nature. Some historians and archaeologists have speculated that the myth of the sunken city could be rooted in real events. Carthage, like many ancient coastal cities, was vulnerable to natural disasters. Earthquakes, tsunamis, and rising sea levels could have caused parts of the city to erode or collapse into the water over time. While there's no definitive evidence of a single catastrophic event sinking a portion of Carthage, the idea persists as a powerful symbol of the city's rise and fall. The legend also raises questions about what might still lie beneath the waves. Could there be remnants of Carthaginian architecture, artifacts, or even records hidden in the depths? Modern underwater archaeology has uncovered submerged ruins in other parts of the Mediterranean, fueling speculation that Carthage's sunken city might one day be found. Until then, the myth remains a tantalizing mystery, inviting us to imagine what secrets the sea might still hold. As we surface from the depths of this legend, we're reminded once again of the enduring allure of Carthage myths. Each story, whether grounded in history or born of imagination, offers a glimpse into the hopes, fears, and dreams of an ancient people. And with that, we turn our attention to the final myth in our journey, the eternal flame of Carthage, a symbol of the city's unyielding spirit. The mysteries of Carthage continue to unfold. Now, as we step into the final chapter of our journey through the myths of Carthage, we encounter a symbol that has captivated imaginations for centuries, the eternal flame of Carthage. This sacred flame, said to burn without end, was more than just a physical fire. It represented the unyielding spirit of a city that refused to be forgotten, even in the face of destruction. The legend tells us that this flame was housed in a grand temple, a place of worship and reverence for the Carthaginians. It was believed to be a gift from the gods, a divine symbol of protection and continuity. The flame was never allowed to die, tended to by priests who saw its preservation as a sacred duty. For the people of Carthage, it was a constant reminder of their resilience, a beacon of hope that their city would endure no matter the challenges it faced. But what makes this myth so fascinating is its dual nature, both literal and symbolic. On one hand, the eternal flame was a real, tangible presence in Carthage, a source of light and warmth that played a role in religious ceremonies and daily life. On the other hand, it became a powerful metaphor for the city's legacy. Even after Carthage fell to the Romans, the idea of the flame persisted, a testament to the enduring memory of a civilization that once dominated the Mediterranean. Historians have speculated about the origins of this myth. Some suggest it may have been inspired by the sacred fires found in other ancient cultures, such as the Vestal Virgin's flame in Rome or the eternal fires of Zoroastrianism. Others believe it could have been a way for the Carthaginians to assert their cultural identity, a symbol of their unique connection to the divine. Whatever its roots, the eternal flame became a cornerstone of Carthaginian mythology, a story that transcended time and place. The myth also raises intriguing questions about the role of fire in ancient societies. Fire was not just a practical tool for warmth and cooking, it was a powerful symbol of life, transformation, and renewal. In Carthage, the eternal flame may have served as a reminder of the city's ability to rise from the ashes, to rebuild and thrive even in the face of adversity. It's a theme that resonates deeply even today as we reflect on the resilience of human civilizations. As we conclude our exploration of Carthage's myths, the eternal flame stands as a fitting final chapter. It encapsulates the essence of what makes these stories so compelling: their ability to blend history, symbolism, and human emotion into a narrative that continues to inspire. Whether the flame was real or imagined, its legacy burns brightly in the annals of history, a testament to the enduring spirit of Carthage. And with that, we close the book on these 25 strange and captivating myths, each one a window into the heart of an ancient civilization that continues to fascinate us to this day. Now, let's take a closer look at the deeper meaning behind the eternal flame of Carthage. This wasn't just a fire, it was a profound symbol woven into the very fabric of Carthaginian life. For the people of Carthage, the flame represented more than light or warmth. It was a living embodiment of their connection to the divine, a bridge between the earthly and the spiritual realms. In Carthaginian culture, fire held a sacred place. It was seen as a purifying force capable of transforming and renewing. The eternal flame, in particular, symbolized the city's unbroken spirit, a promise that Carthage would endure no matter the trials it faced. This idea of resilience was central to the Carthaginian identity. Even in times of war or hardship, the flame served as a reminder that their civilization was more than just bricks and mortar. It was a living, breathing entity with a soul that could never be extinguished. The flame also played a key role in religious rituals. It was believed to carry the prayers of the people to the gods, acting as a conduit for their hopes and fears. Priests tended to the flame with meticulous care, ensuring it never went out. This act of preservation wasn't just a duty, it was a sacred trust, a way of maintaining the city's spiritual balance. The flame's perpetual glow was a sign that the gods were watching over Carthage, offering protection and guidance, but the symbolism of the eternal flame extended beyond religion. It was also a powerful political symbol. For Carthage leaders, the flame represented the city's strength and unity. It was a rallying point, a visual reminder of their shared heritage and common purpose. In times of crisis, the flame became a beacon of hope, inspiring citizens to stand together and defend their way of life. It was a testament to the idea that Carthage was not just a place but an idea, one that could not be easily destroyed. Interestingly, the eternal flame also reflects broader themes found in other ancient cultures. The concept of a sacred fire appears in many civilizations, from the Vestal Virgins of Rome to the Zoroastrian fires of Persia. This suggests that the Carthaginians were part of a larger cultural tapestry, sharing ideas and beliefs with their neighbors. Yet, the eternal flame of Carthage had its own unique character, shaped by the city's history and values. It wasn't just a borrowed symbol, it was a reflection of Carthage's distinct identity. As we reflect on the eternal flame, it's clear that its significance goes far beyond the physical. It was a symbol of continuity, resilience, and faith, a reminder that even in the face of destruction, something enduring remains. For the Carthaginians, the flame was a promise that their legacy would live on, a spark that would never be fully extinguished. And for us, it serves as a powerful metaphor for the enduring power of human spirit, a light that continues to shine through the ages. With this deeper understanding of the eternal flame, we've reached the end of our exploration into the myths of Carthage. Each story we've uncovered offers a glimpse into the heart of a civilization that continues to captivate us, reminding us of the timeless power of myth and memory. Now, let's turn our attention to the Carthaginian oracle, a figure shrouded in mystery and reverence. The oracle was more than just a seer. It was a voice believed to carry the wisdom of the gods, guiding the fate of Carthage itself. Among the most famous prophecies attributed to the oracle was one that foretold the rise and fall of the city. It was said that the oracle warned Carthage leaders of a great conflict with Rome, predicting that their fate would hinge on their ability to adapt and endure. This prophecy, whether real or imagined, shaped the decisions of Carthage rulers, influencing their strategies and alliances during the Punic Wars. The oracle's predictions weren't limited to grand political events. They also touched on the lives of ordinary citizens, offering guidance on everything from harvests to personal fortunes. One particularly intriguing prophecy involved a young Carthaginian general who was told that his destiny lay across the sea. This general, as the story goes, went on to become one of Carthage's most celebrated leaders, fulfilling the oracle's vision in ways no one could have anticipated. Such tales highlight the oracle's role as a source of both hope and caution, a reminder that the future was never set in stone but always open to interpretation. What makes the Carthaginian oracle especially fascinating is how its influence extended beyond the spiritual realm. The prophecies often carried political weight, swaying public opinion and legitimizing the actions of Carthage leaders. For instance, during times of uncertainty, the oracle's pronouncements were used to rally the people, reinforcing their faith in the city's destiny. This blending of the divine and the political underscores the oracle's central role in Carthaginian society, serving as a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Yet, not all prophecies were met with acceptance. Some were seen as warnings, urging the city to change course or face dire consequences. One such prophecy reportedly cautioned against over-reliance on mercenaries, a warning that went unheeded and contributed to Carthage's eventual struggles. These stories remind us that the oracle's power lay not just in its ability to predict the future, but in its capacity to provoke reflection and action. As we explore these prophecies, it's worth considering how they reflect the Carthaginians' relationship with the unknown. The oracle offered a way to make sense of an unpredictable world, providing a sense of order and purpose in the face of uncertainty. Whether through hope, fear, or inspiration, the oracle's words left an indelible mark on Carthage's history, shaping its triumphs and tragedies alike. And while the truth behind these prophecies may remain elusive, their impact on the city's story is undeniable, offering us a glimpse into the minds and hearts of those who once called Carthage home. With this deeper look into the oracle's influence, we're reminded of the enduring power of belief and the ways in which the past continues to speak to us, even across the centuries. Now, let's shift our focus to the enduring legend of Carthage as a city of gold, a myth that has captivated imaginations for centuries. This tale, which paints Carthage as a place where streets and temples gleamed with gold, has left a profound mark on art, literature, and popular culture. The idea of a city so rich and opulent has inspired countless artists and writers who have used it as a symbol of both human ambition and the fleeting nature of wealth. In literature, the legend of Carthage's golden splendor has been a recurring theme, often serving as a metaphor for the rise and fall of civilizations. Writers from ancient times to the modern era have drawn on this imagery to explore themes of power, greed, and the inevitable decline of even the mightiest empires. For instance, in some works, Carthage's golden streets are depicted as a testament to its greatness, while in others, they become a cautionary tale about the dangers of excess and hubris. This duality has made the myth a rich source of inspiration, allowing authors to delve into the complexities of human nature and history. The visual arts have also been deeply influenced by the legend of Carthage as a city of gold. Painters and sculptors have reimagined the city's golden temples and palaces, creating vivid depictions that capture the imagination. These artworks often blend historical elements with fantastical details, reflecting the myth's blend of fact and fiction. The Golden City has become a symbol of beauty and grandeur, but also of the fragility of human achievements, reminding viewers of the impermanence of even the most dazzling creations. In popular culture, the myth of Carthage's golden splendor continues to resonate, appearing in films, video games, and even music. The idea of a lost city filled with untold riches taps into a universal fascination with treasure and adventure, making it a compelling narrative device. Whether portrayed as a place of wonder or a cautionary tale, the Golden City of Carthage remains a powerful symbol, one that speaks to our deepest desires and fears. What makes this legend particularly fascinating is how it reflects the human tendency to idealize the past. The myth of Carthage as a city of gold is not just about wealth, it's about the allure of a bygone era, a time when everything seemed possible. This idealization has shaped how we view history, often blurring the lines between reality and myth. Yet, it also serves as a reminder of the stories we tell ourselves and how those stories shape our understanding of the world. As we explore the cultural impact of this myth, we're reminded of the power of storytelling to shape our perceptions and inspire our creativity. The legend of Carthage as a city of gold is more than just a tale of wealth and splendor. It's a reflection of our collective imagination, a testament to the enduring appeal of myths that capture our hearts and minds. And as we continue to uncover the truths behind these legends, we gain not just a deeper understanding of the past, but also of ourselves. With this exploration of the Golden City's cultural legacy, we're ready to delve into the next chapter of Carthage's mysterious history, where new myths and legends await. As we come to the end of our journey through the 25 strange myths of Carthage, It's clear that these legends are more than just stories, they're windows into a civilization that continues to captivate us. From the cursed treasures and ghostly apparitions to the tales of giants, lost libraries, and magical flames, each myth offers a glimpse into the imagination and beliefs of the Carthaginians. These stories, whether rooted in history or born from folklore, remind us of the power of myth to shape our understanding of the past and inspire our curiosity about the unknown. What makes these myths so enduring is their ability to blend fact and fiction, creating a tapestry of intrigue that keeps us coming back for more. They challenge us to question what we know about Carthage and to explore the mysteries that still linger beneath its ruins. Whether you're drawn to the eerie tales of haunted cities or the fantastical legends of lost treasures, there's something in these myths for everyone. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Which of these myths fascinated you the most? Do you think there's truth hidden within these legends, or are they simply the products of imagination and time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed unraveling these mysteries with us, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our next deep dive into history's greatest enigmas. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep uncovering the stories that make our world so endlessly fascinating.